Can you speak now? No. Okay, good. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niralambaya Tejase Sankaram Sankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutravasakritam Vande Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha ईश्वरगुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ गणपतये नमः। ॐ ऐं सरस्वते नमः। ॐ क्लीं कालिकाय नमः। ॐ क्लीं भद्रकाली नमः। ॐ दुं दुर्गाय नमः। ॐ ह्रीं नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। शिवाय नमो शिवाय नमो शिवाय नमो नमः शिवाय। हरिः ओम्। So today and now I'm going to speak about what is enlightenment and its secrets. What is an enlightenment and its secrets? So at first we have to understand what is enlightenment and what are the secrets in order to attain the enlightenment or the freedom or called moksha. So enlightenment is all about to know yourself. So what is yourself? We have to be very clear. We are not the same. The physical body or the mind or the intellect, but we are the soul and spirit. So that is our self. So therefore we have to be very clear when somebody asks you what is your self. So self means sometimes we recognize our body, our mind, or our name, that we call ourself, and that is called false knowledge, avidya, ignorance. Therefore we are suffering throughout the life. So enlightenment means absence of all sufferings, and knowing ourselves, it means, and we are enlightenment, it means we are free from all kind of sufferings by experiencing ourselves, and we are the immortal self or immortal the soul, which is the soul never die, is remain immortal. And something die, something is temporary, is not enlightenment. Like physically we can die, right? So therefore death is not liberations, it's called transitions. Our soul to others, our body is left, like soul left the body, the soul can enter to another body. So therefore when we think our body, the mind is ourself, actually not. This false knowledge leads to the sufferings, and we facing many problems in our life, in the samsara. So therefore we have to be very clear to know the secrets. So intellectually, if we say that intellectual, by mind, okay, I'm not the body, not the mind, but I am the soul. But such kind of intellectual experience, it does not help in order to experience ourselves. Why so? Because we have so much conditions in our, we have mindset, conditions. I'm this physical body, or I'm the man, I'm the woman, I'm the daughter, or I'm the wife, or I'm the brother, or I'm the sister. So this kind of mindset not helping us in order to enlightenment. So knowing these secrets, You have to know the secret. It means to know I'm not the mind. I'm not this physical body. I'm not the senses. So this kind of notion, these are the obstacles. That is how we are struggling in our whole life and suffering whole life and facing many problems in material way. So therefore, we have to know how to free from such kind of impressions, such kind of experience, how to free. Because once you recognize yourself, I'm this physical body, or I'm Swami Samarpan, or I'm the Atmanam, or I'm the tree, or I'm the mountain, I'm the man. But these are called wrong notion, wrong concept, wrong understanding. It's called avidya. It's called avidya. And avidya leads to the all the time suffering in our life. Avidya is called absence of a vidya. Vidya means knowledge, wisdom. Vidya means knowledge. Any moment, any time we suffering, it means we have the avidya, we have the ignorance, we have no knowledge. And when we see that you are a wise person, what does that mean? It means you are knowing yourself and absence of all kind of sufferings. Then you call wise person. And when you are suffering, and we are facing many problems in life, many miseries in our life, it means you are not wise. Right? Sometimes we said in social life, be wise, do the things wisely, so that you can avoid all kind of obstacles. But sometimes our mindset say that I am the wise person. But when it's a wise person, it's fine. But you have to ask yourself, is it I'm free from all sufferings or stress or strain? So it means you are not the wise. Then another sense comes, if you're not wise, then who am I? Is it I'm stupid? No, you are also not stupid. Because then you have to say that if I'm not stupid, what else? Then you have to say, I am the self, I am the soul, I am the immortal, and I am free. So therefore, so that three kind of a concept comes. One is we always think we are wise. If someone say you are not wise, generally you don't think about your soul. You take negative meanings. Is it I'm stupid? General sense social life. We say that. Then you are feel very offended and insulted. Right? We feel insulted. Because we don't know ourselves. So similarly, if somebody say you are not wise, what do you think? Is it I'm stupid? But actually, you don't take positive steps. When you think you are stupid, maybe that person not telling you are stupid. But you take yourself, right? You recognize yourself. The intellect is saying that, so I'm stupid. Is it I'm stupid? No, but you have to take another step. I'm the soul. I'm the immortal. That is the, if you say that you are not wise, but you have to say that I'm the soul, immortal. That is called wise person. So here is three kind of concept comes. Three kind of concepts. If I'm not wise, also I'm not stupid. But I'm the soul, I'm the immortal, and I'm free from all kind of suffering. So therefore, we have to find what is the root cause of suffering, that is the avidya. So secret of the enlightenment, how to free from avidya, how to free from ignorance. Then to free from ignorance, you have to develop the viveka. Viveka means descriptive knowledge. Is not something judging. You have to find the right knowledge, the right wisdom, the right vidya. Generally, as I say that, generally in our social life, when we are becoming professor of the different subjects or doctorate different either geography or a history, then we think you are a wise person. You may be wise in your academic way, but generally, when you live in the society, we are not wise enough. So therefore, no matter what kind of educations we have in social life, but suffering is there. It means that wisdom does not help you in order to enlightenment or the free from sufferings. It means you don't know yourself. So therefore, and we have to work out in a life how to be wise, how to be wise and how to free from suffering or the miseries. Suffering is sometimes we are so sensitive, so sensitive. Different things happens in the social life with our relatives, with our friends, with our parents, with our house, with our educations, with the partners, with the teachers. Many things happen in social life, and there is suffering always. Stress is there. Different kind of problems we are suffering. Either we are facing financially or relationships, socially, politically, by government. But you must notice, or you must observe, you must conscious, or you must aware. In case is there any sufferings you have, it means you are not wise. What kind of wise? You don't have wisdom of yourself, of your soul. So that need to be educated yourself so that you can avoid all kind of difficulties in your life. So that is avidya. So therefore I'm teaching you now the secrets of enlightenment means is nothing new I'm speaking today, but I try to remind you today. Avidya, smita, raga, dvesa, avinivesa, klesaha. The second chapter of the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Avidya, smita, raga, dvesa, avinivesa, klesa. Klesa means sufferings. The root cause of all sufferings is the avidya. Avidya means ignorance, absence of knowledge, absence of wisdom. Anytime you're suffering, that means you are no more wise. So it means you have to wise. You have to have wisdom to overcome all your sufferings. Overcome of your avidyas, the ignorance. The second, asmita. Avidya, asmita. Asmita means ego. Ego. What is the ego? Ego means again absence of knowledge as well. When you have so ego comes through the ignorance, through the avidya, through the avidya. Am I clear that? Ignorance. So asmita. So ego is not something, and so ego again absence of knowledge, absence of wisdom, absence of vidya. That how we have the ego, and ego leads to the sufferings as well. Ego also leading suffering. Whenever you are suffering, you must check yourself. Must check without blame to others. That is very important skills being a yogi. Anytime, any moment you are suffering, you must check two things: avidya or the asmita. I must have ego, or I must have the no wisdom. I don't have wisdom. So therefore, and you must be clear, and you supposed not blame to no one whenever you are suffering. That the first and the basic, the foundation of the being a spiritual seeker. Being a spiritual seeker. Am I clear that? If you don't learn these first steps, it means you can't walk on the spiritual path. Most of the time, I do myself. If somebody say that to me, Swami did to you, I'm suffering. But most of the time, I withdraw myself. I becoming silence. Sometimes I don't speak for a long time. Because I know if somebody suffering due to me, it means a person is ignorant, is person ignore itself. A person not wise for me. Is not wise. If all in case I am suffering, it means it is my own ignorance, it is my own ego, it is my own avidya, because it's your due to your own avidya and leads to the sufferings. Am I clear that? So the foundation of you sometimes say I'm a spiritual person. What does that mean? If you all the time blame to others for your own sufferings, you are not the spiritual person. You are not a spiritual seeker. That's the barometer. So our Gurudev Swami Sivanand, he always say that anytime you blame to others, you must check yourself. You must, that the first basic, the foundation of the spiritual education. So today onwards, and those are listening these lectures, they must introspect themselves. If I'm suffering, is because of my own problems or because of problem of others? Actually, no. You are not suffering due to others. You are suffering due to your own ignorance, due to your lack of knowledge, wisdom, due to your own ego, due to your own avidya. That you must be clear. So therefore, if you don't have these skills today, please start introspect, and you must claim yourself. You must claim yourself. Then second, avidya asmita. Avidya asmita. Then third question, avidya asmita, raga, the attachment, the involved. And you know that attachment involved comes in our social life. Attachment and attachment, raga, involved of what? We are not involved with others, we are involved with our own ignorance, we are involved with our own ego, we are involved with our and where ego comes, where ignorance comes, due to our intellect, due to our senses, due to our gunas, because our soul, the spirit has no ignorance. Spirit itself is wisdom. Soul is wisdom. Soul is wisdom. That you must be clear. So who brings ignorance? Who brings the avidya? Your intellect, your mind. That must be clear today onwards. So far you carry the mind, you are full of ignorance, you are full of ego, you are full of attachment comes. So therefore, you have to check it. Whatever related to our own mind, like I said, oh, I have father. Who have the father? Soul have no father. Who have the father? Your mind have the father. Your body has the father. Your body has the mother. Your mind has the mother. Your mind has the sister. So these are the mind. And you know that this mind also not exist. Your body not exist. You will die one day. So whatever is exist all the time, that is your soul. So whatever related to your soul is the wisdom. And whatever related to your mind and your senses, your intellect, is called ignorance. So it can be clear now. Avidya, asmita, raga. So attachment comes through the senses. So therefore, our social life is part of avidya, is part of ignorance. Therefore, we are suffering throughout our life. But at the same time, cross question comes. Then how to survive? We need our social relationship, right? But that is the partly our life. Partly our life. But and that we have to understand why we need social relationship and why we need spiritual life. Spiritual life is all about freedom, enlightenment. But social life we need for survive, but not sufferings. So that we have to be clarified. And without social life, there is no survival. And without survival, there is no enlightenment. That you have to be clear. But now, we'll few moments stop it, then reconnect again. So please come back again. So I'll explain another. Asmita, Vishita, Vesa, Avinivesa Klesa. Maybe the Wi-Fi not very good. I try to have audio for a few minutes. So Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Vesa, Avinivesa Klesa. Avidya means absence of knowledge or ignorance. And Avidya Asmita is the ego. Again, ignorance relates to the ego. Then Raga, attachment. Attachment comes, as I told you already, through our senses, through our mind, through our gunas. Through our gunas. Enlightenment is something you have to go beyond gunas. Beyond gunas, rajasic, tamasic, saptic, and the transcendental consciousness. And wherever the gunas is all about related to our mind. The rajasic, tamasic, and sattvic. So we have to be very clear how we can go beyond gunas, but without gunas you will not survive. So we need rajasic, sattvic, and tamasic three gunas. Without gunas, you will die. And if you die, there is no enlightenment also. So therefore, and without mind, the body also not will survive. So we need body, mind, also gunas. Also gunas. For example, you are hungry. Hunger comes because of rajasic, active reactions. Anything you do in your life, you must act and react. But to learn how to observe the action and reactions, how to overcome your sufferings, is the enlightenment is all about how to free from our difficulties. Otherwise, you don't need the spiritual life. You don't need the enlightenment of our soul. So, aim of life, not to suffering, how to overcome. So, avidya, asmita, raga, then dvesa. Dvesa means reactions. Again, when you react, also we are involved. So, for example, repulsion, react. So, therefore, we have to learn how to free from raga and dvesa, not to attach, not to involve, not to react. So these are also bring sufferings. So the topic is how to and free from all kind of difficulties in life. So therefore you have to remember again, avidya, asmita, raga, and dvesa. Then avidya, asmita, raga, dvesa, avinivesa, klesa. Avinivesa means everything belongs to me. Everything belongs to me. All possessions is belongs to me. But you must know that is nothing belongs to you. That how to you remind yourself, how to becoming aware and conscious yourself, how to becoming aware and conscious yourself in order to not to possess yourself. Everything belongs to me. Everything belongs to me. How to possess? How to aware? How to conscious? Atmanan, these questions to you. I'm asking you. Nothing belongs to me. But how you can bring yourself conscious? How you can belong? How you can bring? How you make mindfulness aware and conscious?
That's by being aware of the places you are and why you are at that place. For example, at work, because the time does not belong to you, it belongs to someone else. And also your energy does not belong to you, it belongs to someone else. You have to do dharma, you have to do karma. So in order to do that, you cannot be say this is my time. I have to give time for, like I said, for example, for Surya Namaskara or meditation. You give up time, it's not your time. Or that you share your workplace like scissors, pencils with your neighbor. It's also not your pencil. You share at the workplace because the workplace is for everybody who works there. So it's not your pencil, it's also for the other who need that pencil or the scissors. Just like these examples of non-possessiveness. But if you have to do more karma than spiritual practice like meditation, you need to have to give up time for that also.
Good, thank you for the feedback, but I'm asking very simple way to, because we need to aware of ourselves quickly and consciously. So we have to remind ourselves, to our mind, to our body, to our senses. But how to remind to be conscious? Nothing belongs to me. So now this question go to Talia, for example. Talia now, okay. So Atman, thank you for your feedback, for your understanding. But now let the Talia can explain how we can remind very fast, and how to remind nothing belongs to me quickly, aware and conscious.
I think every moment, every time, we should uh, we should focus only in our process. I mean, everyone has their own process. I cannot, or we cannot change that, and I think that is a fact. We must um, we must realize, and we must yes, we must realize everything, but also we should be kind and compassionate. So the process, in theory, should be in love. I mean, with kind and love. I think it's a way to do it.
Thank you, Talia. Now I give one chance, because still the answers are not there, but I give the right answers to you. How? But I give one chance to Atman, because Atman study long time and he listening long time than Talia. Thanks for feedback, Talia also. But still, how? And he can bring immediate and spontaneous, very fast awareness. Nothing belongs to me. And what things you have to remind yourself, remind your mind, make you aware to your mind, make your senses. Atman, again, second chance. Still, your answers are not, I don't say it's wrong, but not appropriate
Yes.
for the common persons. Common person, like a layman living in the street, how to remind the person, maybe this person never study any yoga, Vedanta, or not wise person, not study all the scriptures, he never been in college and university. But how he can remind to the layman, nothing belongs to you. But it's only one word, one sentence.
Maybe it's about mantra. It's like the answer you want to hear, but as I understand, in Bharati, the word have does not exist. It only means be. And I have this computer here. I don't have this computer. I am with this computer for a period of time until I leave this house or until I die. You know, this computer does not belong to me. I am with that computer for a period of time, and then it's over. Also, the clothes I don't have, I am with these clothes until I shed them. I don't have a bicycle. I am with this bicycle. I use it to ride until I do not use it anymore. That's how I could explain it. I don't have, I am with the things for some time.
Okay, good. Thank you. This second chance. You are close to the answer, but not right answer. Now I give one chance to Mitalia.
The same question.
Yes, same questions. Again, second chance.
Yeah.
Atmananda almost close to the answer, but he could not give the right, not straight.
I think we must control our mind, or our own mind, all the time. I mean, we cannot control everything, but we can control our mind, our own mind, to be free, to yes, to be free, to be compassionate, to be kindness, to be calm. So I think that's a simple answer.
Okay, so you are both have the answers, but it was my cross questions to you. I'm already talking to you. Already I told you, and again I remind you, a common person living in the street, never been school, no college, no university, but how you can bring to that person, how to bring that consciousness to that person, remind me very fast, nothing belongs to you, nothing possesses to you. So that is, I'm not asking as a wise to teach someone. But anyway, so now I give the answer. Very simple way to explain. Because when a common person living with mind, we cannot control the mind. That's the first thing. Until online knowledge of our soul, we cannot control the mind. We cannot be compassion until unless you are knowing your soul. Not possible. We can love ourselves until knowing your soul. We cannot love, we cannot compassion, we cannot control. Not possible. So that is the nature of mind. Therefore, we are suffering all the life. So therefore, we have to be enlightenment. So what? The answer is very simple. A common person, you give example, look, a person died. So everybody experiences everyday die. When you die, nothing belongs to you. That is how you bring this consciousness, directly make a very common person in the street. Nothing belongs to you because everybody died. When after death is nothing belongs to you. So that is the answer, very simple. So simple answer, nothing belongs to you. We bring to the layman, a common person in the street. Okay, that's how even ourselves, we have to bring our awareness. Everybody die, I'll die. Even I'm holding everything, will be not belongs to me. So this is the very simple answers for common persons. Not I'm speaking wise. Of course, you speak, Atmananda also speak, Talia also speak, is part of intellectual process. But I'm only talking with a common persons. You cannot speak intellectual way there. You have to bring practical examples to bring consciousness, conscious immediately, mindfully. So you have to give examples. Somebody died. Look, he have everything. He died, but now is nothing belongs to him. He died. His assets. So death. So we give the example of death. Nothing belongs to you also. When I'm die, also nothing belongs to me. So that awareness, we can to bring it to yourself. So that is how nothing, because you say that is my son, my daughter, my house, my master, my teacher, my body. So that awareness not possible because mindset. I have father, I have mother, I have the wisdom, I am the guru, I am the master, I have the ashram. This kind of mindset does not work. So therefore, common persons, you bring immediate awareness. When you die, nothing belongs to you. Because the layman can see it. A person died, he could not carry everything with him. to the cremation place. So it's a common person. So you have to bring immediate, urgent consciousness, mindfulness. Nothing belongs to you. So death is the sure. So this death, so you remind that person, at least for that moment. But of course, layman not put, but that's the right examples. Death. So after die, nothing belongs to you. And a layman also see, and he can simply say, okay, who is die? My father died. Nothing belongs to him. My brother died, my friends die, or my social person die, my neighbor die. They never, nothing belongs to them anymore. So that is the Atmanan. This is the right awareness, right answers. So death, when you die, nothing belongs to you. So that is the awareness you have to bring so that you can actually avoid the current sufferings, obstacles. So this is the part of subject, obstacles of the enlightenment. Again, because this is the, I'm not out of the topics, these are inside topics. Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Vesa, Avinivesa. Avinivesa is the fifth. Avidya, absence of ignorance, absence of Vidya, absence of wisdom, that leads to sufferings. Avidya, Asmita, the ego is the part of absence of also Vidya, the knowledge, it's called ignorance. Then Raga, the attachment. Then the repulsion, the reaction, avinivesa belongs to me. Because that is how we suffering. Everything belongs to me. That's the reason. This is my brother. My brother. My brother left me. Or my brother tell me bad things. When say my brother, that is how you are suffering and insulted. And that the suffering starts. My mother insulted me. My father insulted me. Or my mother died, my father died, my brother died, my son died, my wife died, my friends died. My, that belongs to you. But when you die, nothing belongs to you. So therefore, what you do, the common persons. So therefore, what you have to do, so bring the consciousness to common person, to yourself, the common person to yourself, and that called self-awareness, awareness for the mind, awareness of the mind. That is how we remind very fast. That the reason I give first chance, second chance. The common person don't study. They don't have, they're common people. So common people have to bring spontaneous consciousness. So that can help that person, that momentary. Of course, is need a lot of wisdom, a long experience to free from sufferings. So this is the one reason. But of course, you can remind in many ways. But this is the first answers. Atmanand, I can see you because your Wi-Fi not good. It's not visible. So therefore, I speak now in audio. I don't know your Wi-Fi is poor because my Wi-Fi is okay. So I think your Wi-Fi will be poor maybe. So I can't see properly.
Yes,
So Talia Wi-Fi is fine and now it's fine, both of you. So timing it was not good. So therefore I give one example, very clear examples. Like Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha, when he decided to renounce his kingdom, his children, or wife and everything. So what happening in his life? He was prince. So it was the time, one day, he traveled outside of his palace. He saw someone, the dead body, and he asked his charioteer, what happened with this person? He said that he died, he never can come back. Then he asked his cross question to the own chariot. Is it I'm going to die also? That time Lord Buddha was not aware, is it death for him or death only for these persons? That was cross questions. Therefore, we also think in our life, we never will die. We also think, our mind also think all the time. I know everyone can die, but I will die. So Lord Buddha asked his charioteer, Is it also I'm going to die one day? Charioteer said, yes. Anyone born in this planet, there are people, any human, plants, animals, anyone born, they will be die one day. You and me, there are no difference. Death is equal to everyone applied. Same day, same moment. Then Buddha said that is nothing belongs to me. No, nothing belongs to you. So that consciousness strike to the Lord Buddha, and he becoming conscious that moment. If I tell you million times nothing belongs to you, we're not aware of this. Even I am not aware of this. That mind, not consciousness. But that is how Lord Buddha came to palace, and he decided to leave the palace. Nothing belongs to him. So that is called quick awareness, quick consciousness, spontaneous consciousness. Am I clear that? That is how. And for example, someone die or family, we are also suffering. Why? Because it belongs to me. My father, my brother, my relative, my friends. That is how suffering starts. When nothing belongs to you, then no suffering comes. If anyone die, nothing belongs to you. There are no sufferings. So therefore, so this is the, how say that, remind, color, present consciousness. So I give one example about Lord Buddha. So, and fifth, nothing belongs to me. If nothing belongs to me, so anything you lose, you don't lose anything, man. Nothing to lose. Then the question mark comes here, but we are living social life. But that has to be like my father, my mother. So that is called apparent truth. In the social life, we have to go through this also. Without that much, then we cannot survive. So survival also very important. Survival very important. So therefore, we have to be very clear how to get this secret wisdom of the enlightenment. It means how to overcome, how to remind ourselves, how to free from our sufferings. Question mark not come here. How to be free? We are always free. But how to overcome these freedoms? How to overcome these sufferings? Like Lord Buddha, that moment decide, this palace not belongs to me. I am no more the prince. I have no kingdom even. And even this body not belongs to me. This mind not belongs to me. I'll die. So could you imagine that? So similarly, and a person who's suffering, we can remind spontaneously, nothing belongs to you. If you lose also, nothing belongs. But that is very difficult to be conscious ourselves. Not possible. Not possible. But it is a kind of a intellectual knowledge. Actually, intellectual person understand death is there. Intellectual person is not a intellectual person can at least accepting the intellectual truth. Somebody died. Yes, my father died, mother died, friends died, somebody dead. At least intellectually we are accepting. But practically not. Practically we still think it belongs to me. For example, our grandfather died. But still we say my grandfather, and we are suffering too. So therefore we have to understand death is there. And if death is there, nothing belongs to you. That to be clear. And this is the secret wisdom. Secret wisdom. This is called vidya. So you have to have vidya, not intellectual knowledge. Already I said, and again I remind you. Intellectual knowledge is called false knowledge. Any false knowledge is leads to sufferings. That it must be clear. Any intellectual knowledge that is only help you to survive, but that also we need to survive. Am I clear that intellectual knowledge need to survive, but does not bring the freedoms? So therefore, you have to divide two things. One is freedom, one is a survive. But we have to survive without sufferings. That you have to be clarified. So you have to remind yourself, I must survive without sufferings. And absence of suffering is survive. That leads to the freedom. That leads to the experience, the higher love, the higher truth. And that is called vidya, that's the wisdom. When it's a love, love means wisdom. When it's a truth, truth is the wisdom. Truth not about intellectual, anything. Again, I remind you, any knowledge you are receiving by intellect, by body, by senses is false knowledge. That leads to the suffering. That you have to be clear all the time. And reminding yourself all the time that only helping for survival. So therefore, it is a part and parcel of the false knowledge. Like we are surviving, it is a false, it's not truth. We are surviving. Even I'm talking with you, it is also false, it's not truth. But this false knowledge also help us to survive. So therefore, you have to understand what the false knowledge, what right knowledge. And you have to have right knowledge. But you have to distinguish two knowledge, two wisdom, vidya. And when you are suffering, that's not possible to experience in love. Love is something, absence of sufferings, absence of miseries, absence of difficulties. Truth is absence of suffering. When I'm speaking truth, what does that mean? Truth means is eternal. Love is eternal. Am I clear that? Any moment you are suffering, that means absence of love there, absence of truth there. So whenever you think and you are experiencing love, it means there are no sufferings. There are no sufferings. There are no obstacles. There are no miseries. So therefore, you have to distinguish always. And that is the qualifications and skills being a spiritual person. Then, no matter how much you're suffering, but you have to understand it's the false knowledge. My suffering not exist long time. Not long time. Like my body will be not even living long time. My body will die. My mind will die. My intellect will die. My senses will die. So therefore, my suffering also die. My suffering not exist long time. My problems are not exist long time. So that is all suffering is temporary. But what is eternal? The love, the truth is eternal, which is the immortal, and that is our soul, that is the spirit, and that need to experience. And once experience that, so naturally you can overcome all kind of your suffering in social life. Still you survive. Still you can have father, you can have mother, you can have partners, you can have house, you can have everything material. But there are no sufferings anymore. Once you experience the pure wisdom, the pure love. Am I clear that? I don't say that you're supposed to give up everything. No. But you have to understand. First, we understand intellect. We have to understand again through intellect. Through intellect, we have to understand also our intellect. Any intellectual knowledge is brings sufferings. Any intellectual wisdom is for survive. It's a false knowledge. That we have to be very clear. Yes, now it's 5 minutes. We can speak, then we stop the lessons for today.
Thank you. I have a question. I agree with you in everything. I mean, anything belongs to me. I think it's a high phrase, a high lifestyle. But for example, I have a question. I have a doubt because in my case, for example, when I see someone suffering, someone, even if I don't know them, I feel a lot of empathy and concern. For example, when when I'm thinking about the children dying in Palestine, makes me very sad, and I don't even know them, no. So I know they don't belongs to me, and that conflict and that the war don't doesn't belongs to me. But when I'm thinking about them, I feel very sad. So I cannot explain to you why, but it happens. So what should I do in that case?
Atmanan, so you have some answers?
Yes, it's very good that you do not deny the circumstances, and some people are happy by just not looking at it. But you have to see the things that is happening on earth. Not everything is flowers and grandmother. So there's lots of death and injustice, and you can do nothing by it except pray. And God hears your prayer, and God sees the crimes, and He will put everything to justice. Take some time, but it will happen.
So anyway, thank you for the answers, but I just, it's very simple answers. Look, as I said at the very beginning, we have the intellect, we have the senses, we have the emotions, we have the passions, so we can feel and the suffering of others. Without that, so then we are not a human being. So that is part of the. So if we are feel the suffering of others is normal, is the nature of mind. We are suffering, we can feel the suffering of others. But this suffering, how to overcome it? That will liberations. So therefore, what happening? As a common persons, if somebody is suffering, for example, our father is suffering, also we are suffering. But at the end of the day, what happening? We have the intellect. And when a common person suffering or Palestinian people suffering, also that is the part of our intellect, part of our senses. And that naturally we can feel suffering of others. But what happening? And but when you have wisdom of your soul, still you can feel their sufferings, but you will not sad, you will not suffering, because we don't have wisdom today, our soul, the spirit. So what happening? You're not suffering, but rather you'll be compassionate to them. If you know your soul, then there is no suffering for you. If you are suffering yourself, how can you help to others? Not possible. You cannot be compassionate to others. And so what happening? So you are involved with your senses. I don't mean you should not feel the suffering of others. You have to feel, but you supposed not the sad because of their sufferings. You supposed to be compassionate. You supposed to pray for them, their sufferings. So as a human being, we have to feel others because we have senses, we have a heart, we have mind. So it's very important. If somebody is suffering, you feel, of course, but you supposed not to be sad. When you sad, what happening? You harming yourself. You suffering yourself. And that is the science of yoga does not allow this. The science of enlightenment does not allow this. Again, I remind, you may feel that suffering is nice. You are sensitive, but you supposed not to be sad. And if you have knowledge, if you have wisdom of your soul, so what do? You pray for them to be compassionate without suffering yourself, without sad yourself. So that is the wisdom of your soul, wisdom spirit. So that is the spiritual qualifications. Being an enlightenment person. Enlightenment person also feels suffering of others. But enlightenment person not suffering itself. That's the difference. So therefore, as a common person living in social life, for example, as I say that, and we are suffering, even you say that, okay, that Palestinian person not belongs to me. No, we are part and partially, everyone belongs to us. You must be clear one time. Intellectually same say, okay, all problems happen in Palestine, or problems happening in Israel, or Palestine, or problems happen in Africa, or problems happen in Middle East, problems happen in Ukraine, Russia. I don't care. Actually, not you have to care. We are part and parcel responsible. Part and parcel responsible. All kind of problems happening around the world. It was a nice example given by Amma, Mata Amritanmay. For example, you are living in the 5-star buildings, 5 stories. So what happening? Fire comes the ground floor, and you sometimes think I am living in 5th stories. 5th story means 5 stories buildings. So fire not come to me. I don't care because fire in the downstairs, the ground floor. But what happening? But the 5th story is part and parcel of the ground floor. You have to be very clear that. So that building, so anytime it can be collapsed. But you see, what do you think? The ground floor, the first floor, not belongs to me because I'm in the 5th floor. That is how world thinking. This is the common people thinking. But if you check it consciously, so still you are the part and parcel related to ground and first floor. Like that. So we are belongs to everyone. Each and individuals is interrelated. So we are responsible. Electrons protects the body. So a part and parcel, and we are integrated. The whole was integrated belongs to us. Integrated. You have to understand this. We are not free from Palestinians. Intellectually seems we are not free from Israel also as well. We are not free from Ukraine or Russia or Sudan or Africa. No, we are not free from to no one. That you have to be clear. So we are part and partially interconnected. So they are going to feel their sufferings. But as common person, we suffer. But a spiritual person not suffering. So therefore, we need to educate to feel the suffering of others, but not to sad ourselves. So that is called wisdom. And to know the wisdom is known as enlightenment. To know the wisdom is know the love. To know the wisdom is called truth. To know the wisdom, to know ourselves, that is the soul. This must today. Okay, so thank you, and we'll continue these topics next Saturday and Sunday. Thank you. Hari Om. Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niralambhaya Tejase Om Shanti 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 Om Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti 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 Hare Om. May God bless you all. Thanks to all. Om.